Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Raiders going up against the Texans. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. Throwing on first down is Carr. Caught here by Conley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, sometimes we talk running backs, sometimes we talk wide receivers. Walford, the tight end in this unit, very important.
Clive Walford, a terrific player. Knows how to work the inside portions of the field, but also can surprise you and get deep.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
All right, here we go. 188.
On first down, Carr. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. On second down, here's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Carry for Lamar Miller. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do. If he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. They go play action with Miller. Now it's Savage. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. they think they're going to win those too.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Savage on first. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat-out play.
On 2nd and 10, Savage. This will be caught just inside the 10. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit.
Savage on 3rd. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And 4th down coming up. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
You're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give me a look at it.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So here we go. 1st and 10 now.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
All right, here we go.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Chris Conley, 71 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. In motion is Strong. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Hurry up, here we go. 3 on now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down is Savage. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Over. All right, here we go. Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Savage from the 50. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
All right, here we go. 3.
To the air again, Savage. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Detroit! No, check, Patriot!
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll get him. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Good! Let's go! Check, Patriot!
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
2nd and goal to go now. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown as a Houston Texan. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And he puts it through. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap. to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now Carr, a hit as he throws there, incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. And back to the air. Savage on second down. He's got Fuller. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And the hook up here with Jalen Strong, complete. It goes as a pickup of 23. And that'll be good for a Houston first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On first down, it's Savage. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Miller, the lone setback. They come out with one back and three tight ends. He's going to get the football. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the back goes into motion. Here's Savage now on second. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Throwing on third down, it's Savage. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. C.J. Fedorowicz as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. So we have reached half. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw his car. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry up. Carr now on first down. Caught here by Conley. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing now is Carr. His throw caught at about the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Carr again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Clive Walford, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Carr to throw on second down, and it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 10, going with Savage again. And incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
10 yards to go on third. In motion is Strong. From the gun on third, Savage. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
It's taken to the 26. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Wide open receiver complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Carr to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Chris Conley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And it's up and good. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes the Texans now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. In motion is Strong.
Watching that, Barney.
Again throwing. It's Savage. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
No. Check. Patriot. Right, here we go.
And the wideout in motion.
3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shift together here from the D-line.
Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Look at that belly, here we go. Now, let's go. Blue 90.
In motion is Strong.
All right, now, lucky 56.
The play clock's running down. A play fake to Miller. Now Savage surveying the field. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. Throwing on third down, it's Savage. Underneath for Miller. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Time running out here on the play clock. Savage now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. A A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On second down, here's Miller. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And he knocks it through. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come out. And able to bring him to the ground. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Carr. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they get... ...16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. And able to find Conley. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So 2nd and 10 here. Carr to throw again. Out to the right here to Wilson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that is incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. There's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
No, check, Patriot!
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Detroit!
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. And he motions the wide receiver. Throwing on 3rd down, it's Savage. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Savage is going to throw it. And Anderson's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Miller, the lone setback.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yard. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Gun.
Savage. Underneath for Miller. And he'll go down. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Back to throw. Man open left side is Brown. Give him 11 on the gain there, and that'll be good for an Oakland first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Houston, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.